Hello friends, so this is Adi again. So it's been quite some time. I was away again due to my project work and then I couldn't upload the videos. In fact, I'm at one of the client place in one of the Middle East countries, and here the things are a little different than normal other SAP projects. I mean, we have a lot of work, huge work pressure, and then we have different kind of weekends, and also I'll be here for some more time because it's my project and I need to take care of it. So things are now moving in a right direction, and then I thought let's start continuing our abap tutorials because coming 1 month I might be here, but then I need to find out at least an hour every day and then try to finish this course as soon as possible because that would be in interest to everyone. So what I'm going to do that I'll prepare the recordings here, and then instead of uploading it to YouTube directly because it takes a lot of time, I'll just share it to one of my friends in India, and then they will be uploading it to YouTube. So it won't be, I mean, for you guys, it won't be a difference. I mean, it would be a case like it will be a delay of a day, but then, for example, I'm recording this today, but it will be available to you by tomorrow. That's the only difference. So we have already covered many things, and in my last tutorial, I was also talking about SAP certifications. So and also SAP Ticket, sorry. So SAP Ticket, as I have already explained, that is a platform wherein SAP comes and shares all the latest offerings which they are going to make available in the market in terms of product enhancements or new product launching. They will do some product demos, some podcasts, I mean different kind of I would say sessions will be there wherein you can go and get some hands-on experience on new SAP products. So a lot of things will be there, but then on day three, especially in the second half, if you are sponsored by your employer, so you can go and write a certification exam, you can appear in that. So basically the criteria for that would be that you should have worked on that particular module for about 6 months at least and in an implementation project. So that is the criteria SAP is looking for, but then it all depends on your employer, what kind of goodwill you are having with your employer. So accordingly, your employer can provide a letter and basis which you can appear in the certification exam. And I believe the cost is also little less than the normal way of appearing in a certification. The other way of appearing in a certification would be that because in India it's little difficult, lot of criteria are there. So what you can do, you can visit any of the Middle East countries, you can, or maybe Singapore. You can book a slot there, and I mean, of course, once you are well prepared, you can book a slot in Singapore or any of the Middle East countries. Just fly there and then get yourself booked for 2 days. Go there, write the exam, come back, do some bungee jumping and all. So it's like that. So that would be one way of doing it. So mm so that's about it. Okay, now coming to the agenda for today. So I don't have much time, but then I'll cover some of the important topics which is going to be useful for you guys. So today we will talk about the background job and how to debug a background job. What is a case statement? What is an end case statement? What is do and end do? So these three things we will cover in this tutorial. So this tutorial is not going to be very long, but then yeah, you try to just go through it as soon as possible. The other request which I wanted to make to everyone that uh, if in case you guys are trying to download my YouTube videos, I would request you to refrain from doing it because if you watch it online it will I mean allocate some minutes on my channel, and then eventually it will help me to build a good repo in terms of my YouTube page and all, basis which I can keep on uploading new videos, and then at the end I'm trying to project it as a small project uh, because maybe next year I'll try to appear in fact I'm planning to go for an MBA so by next year. So this will be really helpful to me in terms of projecting myself for any additional activity. So instead of downloading it, you guys try to watch it online, which will help me in terms of getting some extra views. And I heard that I can expect some revenue from AdSense, which I don't know. Let's see. So anyways, but I mean refrain from downloading it, better watch it online. So now coming to the main topic, so we'll talk about background job. So what I'll do, I'll go to one of the programs which we made earlier. So this one is G-test program 2. Leave it, come back. We'll talk about G-test program 1. So this is a program, we already have some variant here. If I execute this, let's remove this breakpoint. If I execute this, I get this kind of report. Now I want you guys to imagine a situation wherein there is a program, and then I don't want to see it running in the foreground, which means I don't want to go here, do an execute, and I don't want to select the variant, and I don't want to hit here. All I want is I want this output. Now that is one criteria. Second criteria, this program is supposed to run on a particular day and a particular time. Let's say month end or quarter end or some kind of activity, maybe a weekend activity. So what happens? Let's say I have 10 reports. Now what I want all the reports to run in background in a sequence, one by one. And then I want to make sure that once the first report is run, then only the second report should run, so that the operation which is already performed by the first report should be considered in the second report and there is no failure at all. That is other criteria. Third criteria, let's say there is a report which takes a lot of time. It's a very important report. It goes and consumes a lot of data, pulls a lot of data from the database, and then does a lot of processing, and then gives me some kind of forecasting. Let's say forecasting for next 3 months, that what kind of inventory I am having in my warehouse, some that kind of thing. Now if I execute it in foreground, so I have so many plants and then I have so many warehouses in those plants, so I just don't want to wait forever to see the output. Instead, what I want the output to get as and when it's ready. So these are different things. So, and then this is not a new concept. It's available in almost everywhere. So for example, we have our Vodafone, or let's say, uh, just hold on, I'll put a charger. I think this is going off. 1 second. Yeah. So 1 second. Okay. So there are different scenarios, and then again, as I said, it's not a new concept. For example, we'll talk about Vodafone, or we'll talk about Verizon, or we'll talk about any other service provider. So what happens? For example, I am a postpaid user, and then I want my bills to be generated on a particular day. Of course, that date would be decided by the service provider. So, for example, let's say 10th of every month, my bill gets generated. Or let's talk about the credit card bills. So we have a billing cycle, and then the bills get generated on, let's say, 20th of every month or maybe 15th of every month. So now what happens? On that particular day, we will be having a program. That program will go and fetch the data from the database based on a particular customer ID. We'll call it a customer number in SAP. Now it will go and pull a lot of details, which is basically a kind of transactional data, as I explained earlier, frequently used and frequently updated transactional data. And then it will go and pull it, and then it will apply some logic. That could be my billing plan, or if I'm a credit card customer, so that could be basically my kind of relationship with the bank. There is if there is an EMI transaction or something, so it will apply a lot of logic on that. And then of course my program is going to do all these things, and then it will generate a final bill, so which will be called an invoice. In SAP, the transaction code would be VF01 to do that. Now for example, Vodafone, they are having, let's say, 10 million customers, and there is one single program which takes care of everything. Now one single program running in foreground for 10 million customers, it's just impossible. So what Vodafone does, for example, 10th is so they what they will do, they will divide the customers in different segments. Some gold customer, platinum customer, normal customer, silver customer, bronze customer, and then different kind of customer, different kind of plans, corporate customer, normal customer, no? Walk-in customer. So they will do some categorization, but then if you do a deep dive in that concept, so what actually helps, it helps Vodafone to form a group of customers in a smaller size. For example, out of 10 million, I formed a group of customer of, let's say, maybe 100,000, maybe 20,000. So I have a group of 20,000 customer who are basically in a particular corporate plan, and then I'm going to generate a bill for those guys, those 20,000 guys, on, let's say, 10th of every month. Now, what exactly is happening in this case is I am actually saving my server load for remaining 28 days. So what I'll do, I'll schedule my program in background on 9th of every month, or maybe let's talk about 10th. So on 10th of every month for those 20,000 customers, due to which it will be running in the background, let's say, for 24 hours or 48 hours. Now I don't bother because it's basically only for 20,000 customers. So that program would run in the background. It will generate the invoice, it will generate PDFs and all, and that's why you'd have observed that if your billing cycle is 10th of every month, you never receive your bill exactly on 10th. Generally you receive it on 11th or something. So that's the concept behind it. So basically, and then again maybe on 12th I am generating the bill for another customer group. So basically my server is running this off, I mean, almost on a daily basis, but then for me it's running only on a particular day. So that is how it's kind of load balancing optimization for the server, and then of course it reduces the infrastructural cost. So you have to look at the bigger picture. A program which might look very normal to us could be very useful to the business users. So sometimes you would feel that, oh, what crap work I am doing, but then many people's life or many people's job would depend on that. So whatever you are doing, it basically it's really makes a significant impact. So you have to think in a different direction rather than writing just a piece of code. And then, because these kinds of challenges I generally face as a project manager in my project, wherein people don't look at the bigger picture, they don't follow the coding standards, and then eventually we get a lot of problems, we end up into escalations. And also basically you have to be very focused when you're doing. Now coming back to the background job, so SAP also has provided a way to execute background jobs in SAP. So it's basically you can control it. So what we will do, we will schedule this program in background, G test program 1. So remember the transaction to do that is SM30. Oh my god, this problem. So we'll go to start condition. So what we are going to tell here is whether you want to run this program in background immediately. If yes, then I need to select immediate. And then you can schedule a periodic job. Periodic job means if you select this, then you have to select the period values, which means every hour, every day, every week, every month, or any other period. You can define your own period. Start job every second month, every fourth week, something like that. This day, that hour. This option is there. So it's basically in your hand. If you want, it will run every hour. You make it hourly, this job will run every hour. If you make it daily, it will run every day. Of course, you have to define the timings. For example, if I am doing an hourly job, and if I am going with, let's say, immediate option, immediate, periodic, and then period values, let's say hourly. So the moment this job will start, system will keep the time, the start time in the buffer, and then after 1 hour it will again schedule the job. So first we are trying to schedule a job here now. So that is the immediate start. If I go with date and time, then what I'm telling that you start this job on, let's say, 10th at this time, and you don't start after. It's up to you, no need to put this condition, no start after. So this job will start on this day and then it will end on this day. It's up to you, you can put that. The other thing we can put is after job, which means we have a sequence of job. Let's say there are 10 programs, so we are making it like a status dependent. So I'll give a program name, let's say program 2 should run first and then program 1, something like that. Or what you can do, we can put an event. So event we will explore later. First let's talk about this. So normal job scheduling, operation mode. So a lot of options are there. Factory calendar, all this it's not required as of now. So first we will go with immediate option. So what I'm going to do, immediate, and then save. So immediate start, then we'll go with the step. So basically step is something that what we are going to run, how we are going to run. So we are going to run this program, and whenever you are going to schedule a background job, it must have a variant. For example, here we have a variant. Similarly, so if variant is there, then only we can run a job, which means we will fetch that variant here. So if I do an F4 here, that variant will be called here, and then save it. So this is my step. Similarly, I can add multiple programs here. For example, once this is over, I can create one more program. I can give the second program, program 2. So there is no variant, so okay, we will leave it for now. Now go back. So start condition was immediate. You can see here. Step is step program and everything is done. Now spool list recipient, if you want, what it will do, it will send the spool. So spool is basically the print preview of the output. So that print preview of the output will be sent to those guys whom you're selecting here as an external email or maybe as an internal SAP email. So for example, I'm giving it as SAP user. It's not always required. So this is also done, and then we will save it. Oh, my job name, forward the basic thing. You have to provide a job name also, which can be same as program name. So everything is done now. Save it. So you can see that as soon as you save the job is released. So if the job is released means after that system will pick the job as soon as possible or based on the criteria. So for example, ours was immediate, so it should be picked immediately. If you go to job selection, then this is a new transaction. This is basically SM37. Earlier we were on SM36. We navigated now to SM37. Here we can see all the scheduled, released, ready, active, finished, cancelled job. If I execute it for my user ID and all the jobs for today, so let's see what happens. So you can see that, so these are the jobs, some of the jobs which were scheduled earlier. Leave it because these were basically used when I got this installed in my hard drive. We will see this job. So G-test program, it's active. So why it's active? Because it was an immediate start, so it's active. And then if you can see that already, if you see here, there is a spool created for this. So finished, green means finished successfully. If you select this one and go to job log, you'll see that job started, step 1, which means this program, this variant started, job finished. Till now no problem, all status message type yes. Okay, we'll go back and go to the spool. So when I go to the spool, and if I click on this, I will get the same output which I got in my report output in the foreground. So go back. The other thing which I wanted to see here is because I provided my user ID for SAP email, internal email. So there is a transaction called SBWP, SAP Business Workplace. So this transaction is very important, and when we will be discussing workflow, this transaction will be used very widely there. So basically it's SAP provided internal mailbox wherein you can exchange all the communication between different business partners. You can handle normal email IDs also. So everything you can handle here. We will focus more on it when we are doing workflow. So you can see here that an email came from my job this, and then there is an attachment also. Double click here. So you can see the output here. So again, so this is going to be very important. when you are doing an ABAP programming, many times you'll come across a scenario wherein you are running a background job and you want to send the output to different people. So you can utilize this option, spool list recipient, a quick option. Or what you can do, you can you can program in such a way that it will pick particular user IDs and then it will send an email using SAP standard function modules. So there are function modules or there are classes and methods which will easily send an email to the different email IDs, provided there is a good connection between the internet transaction server and your SAP server. That is the job of a basis guy. So you can get in touch with the basis guy. Of course, there could be a low budget client and they don't allow this to happen. And whenever an email, so here we could have given an external email also, right? So if you put @ or something, for example, something like this. So it's going to be an external email. Now I know that because this one is an IDS dummy system, so it's not going to trigger an external email. But let's see what happens. And then I saved it again for immediate start. Let's go to the job selection, execute. It will take almost same time, 35 seconds. You can see the start time, start date, everything here. There is a delay of 6 seconds because SAP also takes some time to pick the active jobs, or it's having its own buffers and also. You can keep on refreshing till the time it's not sort of all up to you. See here it's taking a little more time. This doesn't matter, sometime it may take. Now I'm going to a transaction called SOST. So please remember this transaction. This transaction basically SAP connects and request. It basically shows the status of the external emails sent out of SAP. So you can see here that my job is trying to send an email to this particular user, but this is in yellow status because it's waiting for the connection. As soon as the connection is there, it will trigger an email, and then I have been seeing that it really works. So there is no magic in it. It will trigger an email to your personal mailbox also. So not a big deal. So you should remember SOST, you should remember SBWP, you should remember SM36, you should remember SM37. Now I'm going back to SM37. I'm again going to start condition. I'm giving a date and time here. So what I'm telling it that you start this job on 10th of June at this time, and then I'm saving it. Now if I save it again, so job is released, which means job is now given to SAP. It's released to SAP for processing. I'm going to job selection, execute. You can see that there is no job scheduled for today because it's 9, but if I give 10th here, so you can see that this job is scheduled for tomorrow. Now why I showed this, that there would be a scenario wherein you can schedule a periodic job, let's say a future date job. But the other benefit of doing this is, if you are scheduling a job, let's say you have a scenario wherein a job is causing some kind of problem. Let's say there is a short term. Now you want to debug that job in a lower environment. So what you can do, there are two options of doing it. One option is you schedule the same job with the same variant in lower environment, and then for a future date. So for example, I have scheduled it for tomorrow, and then you go to SM37, select the job and go to the command center, give a transaction called JDBG, hit enter. So JDBG is nothing but job debug, JDBG. The moment you do this, it will open a debugger here, and then it will take you to the main program. Here you can debug this program and you can see. So you can analyze this program in the same way as you analyzed earlier, and it will come back. It won't show any output because it's not the actual date to show any output. So this is how it happens, and this is how we debug a job in SAP. This is one option. Now the other option is, let's say there is a job which is already running, and then what you can do, for example, another way of running, another way of debugging it. So let's come out of this crap now. So we'll learn about another syntax called do and do. So let's say you're trying to do it in your development environment, and then for example, there is an RFC function module and you are not able to schedule a background job and it gets triggered through some external system, maybe a .NET system. I think I am yet to tell you about the function modules. We didn't create the function modules, I believe. Okay, so but you guys must be having an idea about the function module because I have already explained it in my earlier sessions. So for example, there is a remote function call. It's being triggered from a non-SAP system called, let's say, some .NET based or Java based system, and then it's not scheduling any background job, but then you want to debug it. So what you can do, you can go to your startup selection, or maybe in your function model, what you can do, you can go to a place where your coding starts. Come here. So any place in your function model where the coding starts, come here. Do. So do and do is very similar to your loop and loop. So do and do will keep on running till the time you don't put an exit statement. So loop and loop, what happens? Normally it's not an endless loop. So there will be an internal table and then it will run for the number of times the records are there. But then, of course, if there is a mistake in your coding, then it can become an endless loop. But do and do by default is an endless loop. So what you can do, you can put and do and you can put a breakpoint like this, execute this. So now my program will be stuck in an infinite loop. If I go to SN36, start condition, immediate, saved, this name step, this variant, save, and then if I save it, if I go to job selection, so my job is active. I'm calling a new transaction called SM50, which is my process overview. So I have explained it earlier that we will be having some dialog work process, some background work process, and then everything. Similarly, you can see here that this program is running for a background work process, and this is still running. Let's see what happens here. So you can see that 40 seconds are gone, but my program is still running. Let's wait till 47 seconds. So it will keep on running because this is stuck in an infinite loop. We have done it intentionally. So here we will program debugging. Yes. So it will open the debugger in a new session. You'll see that still stuck at do and do. What you can do, you can click on this one and then you can jump to that statement. Click here, go to statement, and then you are good to debug any kind of thing which is not scheduled as a background, but then that is not called directly also. But this technique will not work with soft breakpoint, it works only with hard breakpoint. So this is another way of debugging a job or anything which is not called directly. So you have to keep this in your mind. This could be an interview question. So debugging, I have already covered. Creation of FMH pending but calling RF says, but debugging a function module you should be. But anyway, we'll repeat it once again once we'll remove it because it's already mentioned. So that is another way of doing it. So do and do, as you saw here, this is one of the use, but then this is not the actual use. Now what I can do, I can tell system that do, let's say 10 times, or maybe do n number of times. You can write some logic here, maybe write, what you can do, you can do something like data lb underscore count equal to I, do 10 times. So first time it will be 0, so lb underscore count equal to plus 1, right? Something like this. So it will run for 10 times, it will write till 10. What is this? You can see 1 2 3 up to 10. So basically you can use it as an infinite loop, you can use it as a fixed loop also. So that is the use of do and do. So now it's up to you how you are going to apply this in your code. So similarly we have another thing called case and end case. So case and end case is basically something like if and end if, but then performance wise case and end case performs better, and that's why you'll see in many of the standard programs SAP is using case and end case statement. So basically let's see here. We'll go to our main program. You can see here I have written if r underscore bu n1 equal to x. So what I can do, case r underscore bu n1 like this, when x. So I'm commenting this and commenting this. So what I can do, when space, and then comment this and case, something like this. So what is the difference now? I'm instead of doing an if else and if, we are not confusing the system anymore. We are telling it that if the case is this, you do this, otherwise you come out of it. So case will be ended by an end case. So when x, you perform the fetch data. When blank, you don't, you just give an error message. So let's see if it really works. So it works fine, same way with this. So this is the use of case and end case. Performance wise this is better, it consumes lesser memory. Now we have covered some very important topics today: background job, debugging of background job, case and case 2 and 2. So what I will do, I will remove this. Now a lot of things are pending also. We are running behind. First type any and then variable also I cover as soon as possible. Data type in abap is already covered. So okay, now we'll quickly talk about the conversion exits. table. Okay, we'll go by SAP. So we will go to our famous table MAR. You can see that this field MATNR, it's basically 18 characters long. Now if you double click here, and if you double click here again, you'll see that there is a conversion routine applicable here. So basically what happens, that in SAP they have already given a predefined length of 18. Now when it goes to the other system, it's fine, they can use it. I mean, if there is a preceding space or preceding zero, the system can simply go and delete that. But then when it comes to SAP has to understand it in a different way. So for example, here if you see, it's basically complete 18 digit, but here if you see, it's not 18. So the difference here is, if I take this one, if I put it in conversion underscore exit, so this is basically a function module which takes care of the convergence, which means preceding zero is preceding space. If I keep this, so you can see that, so don't get confused by these zeros. Actually you can see here that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 14 15 16 17 18, so 18 character. Now what I do here is, if I remove all this, execute this one, still SAP does that. So what basically SAP is trying to do here is, let's say there are 18 characters, but my material comes with only 4 characters, so remaining 14 characters will be considered as a zero depending on the data type of that material. For example, this one is purely numeric, so SAP will add 14 zeros in front of this. So basically these are 14 zeros, don't get confused by n number of zeros. At runtime it will be 14 only. Now if I give something like this, maybe we'll talk about other conversion exit. So you can see that conversion exit alpha output, so basically it's basically removing the preceding zero. So that is the difference here. I mean, SAP, when it comes to understanding the data, SAP, if you want SAP to understand it in its SAP format, SAP will add preceding zeros to match the length. And then if you want to send it in a different format, I mean something like preceding zeros and all should not be there, you can use conversion exit alpha output. So different kind of conversion exits will be available in and maintained at domain level, like I showed here. This similarly, so this one was MATN1 conversion. If you double click here, you will get the function modules as well. Conversion exit MATN1 input and output. Similarly, if I go to another table, let's say it's a table related to PS model proj, let's say proj table, PROJ. I double click here, you'll see conversion exits maintained here. So it will also do the same thing. What we'll do, let's try to pull some data. It will give you a better understanding. Go here. This table is related to PS model project systems. So you can see that this one is something, my project definition, something like WBS elements, and if I go to settings, user parameter, check conversion exit. So here it's not making any difference because data is in correct format. But sometimes what happens in SAP, the WBS in front end, it will look like this. For example, if you see here, it's I/4474, but here it comes as I4474. So formats will be different. Sometimes it will be considered as a number, maybe 1 2 3 4. So you can use this conversion exit and then convert it back using these exits like I showed for material. So you can go here, double click here, you'll get the exits, input and output. So these are basically nothing but the function modules provided by SAP standard FMs. Call these function modules, convert the data in the required format. So that is the concept of conversion exit. Operations on subroutine is basically a time consuming. It will take some 15-20 minutes. We'll finish it. Operations on string also I need to finish. It is a P of join. Okay, table. Okay. So I'll just close this video for today. Tomorrow's agenda would be to create an ALV report. To create an ALV report, use this user command pf status and then if possible a join statement as well, and try to update a Z table. So that would be the agenda for tomorrow's video. And then once this is covered, these are some of the topics. Each topic will take some 15 minutes. So once this is done, then we are good to move into the mainstream topics, I believe. Internal table operations already done. I have already explained modify, insert, delete, and also I have removed it. Okay, this is important. Object oriented. Okay, IDOC is very important for us. Okay, we'll go through everything. Each and everything one by one. Don't worry. So tomorrow's agenda would be this. I'll try to give 1 hour at least so that we can finish all these 4-5 things, and then I would request everyone to just go through today's session, and then what I would suggest here is that if there are like 4-5 guys or maybe 4-5 people, I mean guys and girls, if anyone, and then you have some confusion, we can try to get into the Google, what we call it there, Google Hangout kind of thing, wherein some 5-6 people at least are there. For 1 and 2 it's not feasible. So what we can do a pre-planning kind of thing, and then if once you guys are there, I mean just drop me an email who is interested, and then we'll do a Google Hangout, and then I'll try to clarify all the doubts in that. We can do a video session or something, and then I'll help you in terms of your queries and all. So we can try to do that in maybe once in a month or so. So just drop me an email whosoever is interested, and then we'll just go from there. And once I have the names, I'll again come back to everyone and try to propose a timing wherein people can be available, and then we can talk about it, something like that. So tomorrow's agenda, ALV reporting, the benefits of ALV reporting, and everything I'll explain tomorrow. String operation, it will take some 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. So then these two things maybe one day, or maybe we'll see how to do, but this will take complete 1 hour. So we'll see you again tomorrow, and I'm just closing it off for today. And thanks everyone for your patience and bearing with me. So see you again tomorrow. Have a good day and bye.